All right, let's cut right to it. We're going to talk about quitting smoking with hypnosis. And our goal today is super simple. We're going to slice through all the marketing hype and the confusion to get to the real, unvarnished data so you can make a clear decision for yourself. So, can it really work? I mean, for good? It's probably late. You've been deep in that research rabbit hole, right? You see these incredible claims on one side and then total skepticism on the other, and you're just stuck in the middle thinking, what's the actual story here? Yeah, if this screen feels a little too real, then you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to help you close all those tabs. Because this isn't about selling you anything. It's about answering that one core question by looking at the hard science, the evidence, and only the evidence. So before we can even talk about what actually works, we have to clear the air. We've got to debunk the biggest myth out there. And it all starts with that huge flashy number you see everywhere. Let's break down why 90% success is almost always a massive red flag. Yeah, this number. Look, anytime you see a claim this high for changing any kind of human behavior, your alarm bells should be going off. It's pretty much a guarantee that they're measuring something other than what you actually care about, which is being smoke-free for the long haul, verified. This isn't a scientific number, it's a marketing number. And this slide shows you exactly why. Those 90% claims, they come from studying the group on the right. It's all self-reported, Yeah, I quit. There's no medical proof. And if someone drops out of the program, they just disappear from the stats. But a real clinical trial, the gold standard, studies the group on the left. Success means you're smoke-free for a full year, and they prove it with a test. And here's the kicker. If you drop out, you're counted as a failure. It's two totally different worlds. Okay, so what happens when you hold hypnosis to that same tough scientific standard? You get this, a real-world 12-month quit rate of about 15 to 16%. Now I know that doesn't sound as sexy as 90%, but wait, look at the other numbers. It's neck and neck with cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's right there in the same league as medication plus counseling. And get this, these studies have to use a one-size-fits-all approach. A real practitioner tailors the whole thing just for you, which can make it even more effective. The point is, when you compare apples to apples, hypnosis is a serious contender. So now that we know that it works, let's get into the really cool part, how it works. And to really get it, we need to reframe the problem. We're so used to calling smoking an addiction, but the data points to something more precise. It's more like a deeply ingrained habit, a program running in the background. And this right here is a game changer. Think about it. With many addictions, you need more and more of the substance over time to get the same effect. But with smoking, chances are you've been smoking the same amount at the same times for years. First thing in the morning, after a meal, getting in the car. It's a loop. It's a program that your brain learned a long time ago that just doesn't serve you anymore. So hypnosis isn't about this epic battle of willpower against a monster. It's more like getting admin access to your own operating system to rewrite some old, outdated code. This quote from Sarah, a participant in one of the studies, wow. It just nails what that rewriting process feels like from the inside. It wasn't about her white-knuckling it or fighting off this terrible urge. The change felt automatic, like her own brain just updated the software and the old command, reach for a cigarette, wasn't even in the menu anymore. And listen, this isn't just a nice idea or some kind of placebo. We're talking about a real, physical, measurable change happening inside your head. Brain scans show hypnosis actually fires up and strengthens the part of your brain that acts like an override switch for impulses. It literally beefs up the neural network that lets you notice a craving and just let it go. We can even see brainwave changes on an EEG that line up perfectly with people saying their cravings are gone. It's real. Okay, so if this is a real process, what does that journey actually look like day to day? This is where we have to get real and just toss out that one-session miracle idea. Lasting change takes time. So let's walk through an honest timeline of what this really looks like. The first couple of weeks are the deep dive. That's when the big neural shifts are happening. Then you hit this awesome honeymoon period up to week 6 where you're feeling great, super motivated. But the real test, that's months 3 to 6. That's when a stressful day at work happens or life just throws you a curveball. A good program prepares you for this. It gives you the tools so that if you do have a slip up, you don't see it as a total failure. You see it as data. An opportunity to use your new tools, get right back on track, and strengthen that new identity as a non-smoker. So, we've got all this data on the table. The real science, the timeline, how it works. The question now circles right back to you. How do you know if this is the right move for you? Let's build a little framework to help you decide. Okay, the research gives us some pretty good clues. This path seems to be a really great fit if you've tried the pills and the patches and just had a bad time with side effects. Some studies even show it's extra helpful for people with a history of anxiety or depression. And maybe most importantly, if you're excited by the idea of not just stopping something, but learning a lifelong skill, how to manage stress, how to handle your triggers, how to be in charge of your own mind, then this approach delivers that in a big way.
Now, on the flip side, let's be just as honest about when this probably isn't the right path. If you're still looking for that 90% magic wand, this isn't it. You have to be able to commit and actually show up for the sessions. But the biggest one is your motivation. You have to be doing this for you and only you. A hypnotist is like a personal trainer for your brain. They give you the tools, they guide you, but you're the one who has to do the reps. They can't do it for you.
And you know, this might be the most powerful idea of all. Let's talk about the worst case scenario. The hard data says there's a good chance you might not be 100% smoke-free a year from now. But even if you're in that group, you don't walk away empty-handed, not even close. You walk away with a whole new mental toolkit. You learn self-hypnosis for stress, you get a clear map of your personal triggers, and you learn how to regulate your own state of mind without reaching for anything. These are skills for life. It's an investment in yourself that pays off no matter what. So, there you have it. We've debunked the myths, we've looked at the real science, we've seen how this is about rewriting a habit in your brain, and we've laid out an honest path for how to get there. The data is clear. This is a legitimate, effective method, right up there with the best of them. So the question isn't really about hypnosis anymore. The only real question left is about you. Are you truly ready to begin the work?